you have a loved one who's struggling with a mental illness, but you're not sure how to support them? You're not alone. Mental health issues are more common than we think, and knowing how to help can make all the difference. In this video, I'll share with you 5 tips on how to support a loved one with a mental illness. This is backed by research and real-life experience, so let's dive in. Tip 1, be present and be open to just listening. First, it's important to be present and to tell that person that you are there for them just to listen. This means giving your loved one your full attention when they're talking to you. Let them express how they feel without interrupting or trying to solve their problems. Don't push them to seek professional help, but you can suggest it. Being a good listener is crucial when it comes to providing emotional support. Research has shown that active listening can help reduce feelings of loneliness and anxiety in people with a mental illness. I know when I'm going through either a depression or a hypomanic or manic state, if my husband Sam, my sister Grace, or my best friend Jay provides me with a safe space to talk about my feelings, I'm more likely to come to them. Sometimes you don't feel like talking until you're ready to come out of a state like depression, but just knowing that they are there when I'm ready to talk is all that I need. I don't feel pressured to have to talk, so I just send them a quick text message letting them know I'm going through a hard time, but that I'll come and contact them when I'm ready. 100% of the time, they understand and they give me space to come to them. I love you guys. As a supportive friend, you can take the initial step and send a quick but thoughtful text message like, just checking in to see how you're doing, or just thinking about you, I'm here when you're ready to talk. These are wonderful ways to show that you're caring without putting too much pressure on the person with a mental illness. Now, tip number 2, educate yourself about their illness. Learning about mental illness can help you better understand what your loved one is going through. It can also help you communicate better and provide better support. There are plenty of resources available online, such as mental health organizations and support groups that can help you learn more. When I first learned I was bipolar, my husband Sam did a ton of research trying to learn all that he could so he could help me get through all the different stages. This showed his caring and compassionate side, and I felt so loved. He encouraged me to also learn as much as I could about being bipolar so I didn't have to feel alone in my struggles. It was strange to find out the upsides of hypomania, but I had to come to the realization that that state is only temporary for me and that I can quickly switch to mania, which is no fun. Emphasis on no. When I had my first psychotic episode and went to the psych ward, my sister thought I could just snap out of it. She didn't understand how a person's brain can be taken over by paranoid thoughts. My husband had to tell her that I couldn't just snap out of it and that we had to find the right medication to get me back on track. The third tip is offer practical support. What does this mean? This can be anything from cooking them a meal to helping them with household chores or even just accompanying them to their doctor's appointment. Practical support can help alleviate some of the stress that your loved one may be feeling. Studies have shown that practical support from friends and family can help improve mental health outcomes in people with a mental illness. When I'm in my manic stage, it's sad to say this, but I can't really be near my kids. Little things set me off, and loud noises like screams or arguments spin me into a frenzy. We're fortunate to have support during these times, like I have a nanny or my husband's parents who sweep right in and let me and my husband take some time off and get away. At first, I felt really guilty about this, but I quickly realized that asking for help is a sign of strength and that I could lean on others when I'm going through a difficult stage. I can't express to you how appreciative I am for their support. Now, tip 4 is a bit tricky, but it's something I quickly mentioned before. Encourage them to seek professional help. Mental health professionals are trained to help people with mental health issues. Encouraging your loved one to seek professional help is important, but it's also important, now hear this, to respect their decision if they're not ready. You can help them find a mental health professional, offer to accompany them to appointments, or provide just emotional support during the process. When a friend was going through depression, I called around to find that person a therapist that was right for him. Tip 5 may sound strange, but it's so important. It's to take care of yourself. Now that sounds a little bit counterintuitive, right? Let me explain. Supporting someone with a mental illness can be emotionally taxing. It's important to make time for yourself and practice self-care. This can be anything from going for a walk, practicing meditation, or talking to another friend. Taking care of yourself will help you be a better support system for your loved one. I remember when I was going through a manic period that Sam had to take time away from me occasionally so he could compose himself and not break down. Being married to me is no easy feat. I know, especially when I'm manic. I become very selfish and self-centered. My mind is going a million miles a minute and I don't have time to think of others. It's only when I'm coming out of a manic state that I realize what I just did. So, there you have it. 5 tips for supporting a loved one with a mental illness. Remember, supporting someone with a mental illness can be challenging, but it's also rewarding. You can make a positive impact on your loved one's life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more mental health related content. I am open about my struggles with bipolar disorder. You can watch that video where I go into the different stages like hypomania, mania, and even psychosis. Thank you for watching and salam!